You've built them, you've broke them. Today, we're going to talk about maintaining habits.
How do we put a little structure around those settled ways of being and behavior so that we can make sure we keep settling into those ways? That's what we're talking about on today's minisode.
One of our proudest business accomplishments is what we've been able to do with Squeeze In franchising.
The Squeeze In is a breakfast lunch restaurant featuring the best omelets on the planet, and it's been around for almost 50 years. And now you can have a Squeeze In your community.
We've seen how this business transformed our families, and now we are so excited to offer this to families around the country to see how this little restaurant might change their family and their community.
If you're wondering how to set up your adult children for legacy and success through a small business, then the Squeeze In is an option we urge you to consider. Come find out more about Squeeze In franchising at squeezein.com.
You're enjoying this episode on Angel Phoenix Productions Podcast Network. To explore a complete lineup of quality programs and media production services, head on over to angelphoenix.com or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Angel Phoenix Productions.
A reminder that one of the amazing things about habits is that they allow our brain to create beautiful systems so that you can lean on those systems and start doing new things with your conscious attention. Now, you've likely heard us say and others say that discipline equals freedom, and this is what they mean. When you get habits, you discipline yourself into a new habit structure, it allows you more freedom to then do consciously more with your energy.
Ooh, more freedom is what all of us want, which means we should listen up to these simple tips. The first one is to create a routine, something that you can just engage in the same way every day and have it ready to go so that you can, again, free up that caloric output in your brain for other creative things that will ultimately fulfill you. So you want to put those things on autopilot by creating a routine.
You know, a routine that I've built over the last year is my nighttime skincare routine, washing my face every night, getting my lotions in, my toner in, my eye cream, brushing my teeth, and I loathe it. I loathe it. Like every single night, I loathe it. I can't stand it. But at this point, last night, I laid on the bed and I didn't want to do it. And I didn't want to get up and I was fighting it and I'm moving around. But there's this part of me that's also in there saying, you know, you're going to get up and do it. It's only a matter of time. Like I'm almost laughing at myself now, lamenting about getting up to do it because the habit's there. It's not like I'm going to go to bed without my retainers in, without my face washed, without this happening. And so, but it's the creation of that routine that's now allowed me to know that it's going to get done, even if I'm thrashing.
Oh my gosh. It's so great. I love that. I have the same thing too, where you know you're going to do it. And so you're just like, why am I sitting here procrastinating? I know I'm going to do it. But there's that sense, I think, even of freedom in that.
No, I want my choice of win.
Yeah, right. There's that freedom in knowing that you do have it so far down to a routine that you can laugh at the thrashing. And I think that that's a beautiful place to be in. So good job to you, Kay.
Thank you.
Another tip for maintaining habits is to schedule them, put them in your calendar, make them matter by showing them time on your actual schedule or using your alarm on your phone for all kinds of different reminders and things, especially if you're building a habit for drinking water or self-affirmations or something of that nature. Joseph McClendon talks all the time about, hey, Siri can help you out tremendously.
Going on dates, exercising, going to the grocery store, doing your laundry, schedule them, have a time for them. And this will absolutely help you because it creates a new cue, a new trigger for you to enforce that positive habit. Next up, get support. Create a supportive environment. Tell someone else that you're building a new habit. Even just the act of telling someone else or announcing a new habit on social media will help you to stick to it longer because now you have a commitment not just to yourself, because be honest, you've broken promises to yourself. And so your brain knows that and it's going to play that on repeat to you. But when you're breaking a promise to somebody else, that can be a little more difficult.
I love too that part about create a supportive environment. And, quick story I was sharing before we started recording was we had taken our kids' Halloween candy haul and put it in our closet so that they couldn't get to it. But we put it in a place where I literally made eye contact with the 14-pound bag of candy every time I walked into my closet, which is several times a day, which means several times a day I was helping myself to several pieces of candy. And after about 8 days, I was like, I cannot turn this into a habit anymore. And I picked up the bag and I moved it about 4 feet away onto a shelf where I could put then the hanging clothes in front of it and I can't even see it. And my candy consumption, while not dropping by 100%, dropped by about 98% to a place that's allowable for me and that I feel fine with having a couple of pieces of candy. All I had to do was create the environment that helps support that new habit.
Just like if you struggle with the nighttime chips, get them out of the house. Just don't buy them. The next tip that we have for you is to practice self-compassion. Inevitably, you will fail. God, that sounds so sad. You are gonna fail, but it's okay. We fail too. It's part of the experience. It's process. It's progress. It's messy. Welcome to life, right? But give yourself some compassion. It's okay to mess up. Just get yourself back up again and try.
We're all human beings being human, and we're happy to be human alongside each and every one of you in our human family. Never forget that this always comes at you with the most love from your sisters, Kay and Shai.
This podcast was a production of Angel Phoenix Productions. Explore more episodes of this show or other great shows on the Angel Phoenix Podcast Network by visiting angelphoenix.com. The views expressed in this show do not necessarily represent those of Angel Phoenix Productions or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.